Hi, everyone. Welcome to LGTV. My name is Jennifer, and I am here today with Vivian Welsh. She is a lovely woman here in the Temecula community that I get to share an office space with over at Temecula Valley Entrepreneurs Exchange Program. And I am very excited to hand her over the floor and let her tell you a little bit about her business. Good morning,
Thank you,
Vivian. How are you?
Good, doing good. How are you doing?
Good. It is a
Nice.
lovely Tuesday. I feel like the days are starting to blur. I keep catching myself calling it the wrong day. Thank you, Thanksgiving. But other
Yeah,
than a little bit of holiday madness that is now clearing up, all is well over here. How are you guys doing? Are you excited about the holidays?
yeah, we are excited about the holidays. So far, so good. Everything's going fine. The break was nice, and we are just ramping up some projects and then getting ready to really ramp up a lot of different projects in January. So it's an exciting time for us.
Okay, so if someone doesn't know what Vivian's is, because that name says so much and it does not reveal
It does not.
all that Vivian's is. So will you tell us a little bit about your business?
Of course. So Vivian's is a consultancy firm basically, and what we do is we implement AI automations and CRM systems into businesses. So for instance, if a business already has a CRM they've purchased, many times they have
Mhm.
not implemented it well, or or the CRM doesn't do everything they want. So we'll come along and make sure that everything is implemented well and they can start using the CRM system for what it's made to do effectively. And then whatever is missing, we'll bolt on an automation. So if they do a lot of sales, a business card automation usually makes a lot of sense where they can just take a picture, it goes directly into the CRM system, and then an email journey is triggered without you as a salesperson having to come back with your lovely stack of business cards and put it all in. So that's a super basic one, but they can get as complicated as scraping, hundreds of thousands of leads. It just whatever the client needs. That's basically what we come to. But we really like to focus on a human centric approach, not like, oh, let me put tech onto what you're doing. No, let me see what you're doing. What are your needs? And because you're the one using it. So that's really how we come to business.
Okay, so let's say you don't know what CRM means. Now, we do because we are in that space, but like as a business owner, when someone tells them they need a CRM and then they go buy one, like where do you even shop for a CRM? Let's like, you know what I mean? And how do you
Yeah,
differentiate got a good one or not?
right. Or what you need in it. That is something that we offer. Also, advice on what you want to purchase because a company that has maybe four people in it doesn't need a super high end, uh, which CRM stands for customer relationship management program.
Mhm.
So they might not need a Salesforce, which is like really big. They might need something like a Go High Level CRM that will do a lot of the management of their new leads and customer journeys and marketing, but maybe doesn't have the power to do a humongous dashboard with all this reporting. So we come in and we can advise on that as well and see, what your needs are. And then also a quick way for somebody to do that on their own is just go to Claude or ChatGPT and give them either one your company information, what you're trying to do, and they'll be able to recommend some CRMs too. So for free, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay. And so you'd suggest maybe doing that as your step one, and then when all that information comes through that's way over your head, call you?
That would be a great idea. Yes. Yeah, you could do your step one, or you could just call me, and we will come in and help you because there you're going to get a lot of information thrown at you that you're right, it goes over most people's heads and is still not clear. So ideally you
Well, because
you get a partner.
CRM, yeah, when you're like CRM, you need this. I had to go as someone who worked in TV for a very long time in production, that was not really part of my job skill sets, right? So when I started my own company, I too was like, yep, I need one of those. I've heard that word several times throughout the different departments. I know somebody's very important doing that job, and then I just knew it wasn't me. And then all of a sudden, here I am running my own business and it is me. And you're like, Chat GPT, just genuinely, what does it mean to have a customer relation management? Like, why do I need to do that? And then it was like, oh, this is client retention, and this is how you can bring them in, but then you want them to stay happy. And and I was like, oh, thank God. And so I definitely think there are people that don't realize they need your services until they need your services. Like they've done it with what they thought they were doing, and then we kind of create messes, and then we go, hi. Can you fix the mess?
I need a little help. I know. And that is a lot of my clients. And sadly too, we don't sell the CRM, it's not like I'm behind anyone that I will benefit from. So I'm agnostic. So I could really give you information that is true and clear. It's not biased because I can see like you need this, you don't need that, you don't need the other, and you're going to want to implement it this way. But yeah, you're right. A lot of my clients come to me after they've already purchased and locked in for 2 years. And I'm like, okay, well, let's do the best we can with this, and figure it out. Add some automation things if possible and tweak it so that you get the most out of it. You're right. That is exactly what ends up happening.
Okay, so you could kind of like front load the perfect client for you guys, for them. Like if the scenario were all just the buttoned up, beautiful package deal that we'd like, would you recommend startup businesses working with you from step one, just so you can kind of roll it out seamlessly out the gate, but then obviously very accustomed to working with those that are already a couple years in, that maybe just want to revamp their system? But for you, what is the best scenario when someone's like, I got an idea, I'm starting this business, or we're on year 3 and we want things to grow and expand? Where do you want them to come to you? You know what I mean? At what phase should they come to you guys?
Yeah. I feel like years 1 through 3, depending on how fast you're going to scale, you could probably get by with using a Google Sheets or, something that is a little bit more simple, or Trello, which can be free, or Monday, another one, which is also free. You could do that. But then once you're, year 2, year 3, you're going to want to really invest in your systems so that you can just make that jump and start scaling. And that's really when you could come to me and I can help you with that. So I would say businesses that have been in business at least 2-3 years, usually, then they're ready for other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Now,
yeah.
AI. Let's talk about AI automations, because AI is so new to everyone. Some are scared, some love it, some can't live without it. That would be me. We use it for a lot of things, but everybody's kind of taboo about it. When you say AI automations, maybe just dive into that real quick to explain to someone who doesn't understand why they may or may not need that. Like, why is it so important for them?
Right. So what I always ask my clients is, are they double entering anything? Are they doing something that's repetitive? Are they looking for the exact same data every single day? Are they having multiple employees play with the same information over and over where it's just not needed? So that's where an automation can come in. And sometimes it doesn't even utilize that much AI. We don't require too much. But like, for instance, an example, we were working with a real estate agency and they were getting lots of leads from different entities in an email chain. So it was like a ton of different, data coming in all at once. We were able to take that, bring it into one channel, and then easily be able to refer out the leads to the right reps, with it being logged in and a report going out to the main owner. so that she would know what's happening. That's an example of, a repetitive task that you're having fragmented data. You're not seeing where all the things are. This way, everything's all in place and organized. And then in addition to that, we added, this is where AI comes in, a chatbot that immediately texts that lead and says, hey, welcome to our whatever. Can you tell me a little more about how this is going, how, where you want to sell, where you want to buy, all that. And then it becomes a qualified lead that is sent to that rep where that was assigned. So that's an example of when you'd use AI to create an automation. And why you would need it is it just saves you so much time and money. You can usually scale faster, do more human things instead of focusing on, let me look at all the different emails that came in, aggregate them, and let me decide then who gets them. It's just you don't have to be doing that. Instead, you could be making phone calls, talking to people, just doing more human tasks.
Okay. Well, and that's, people kind of, maybe they would think AI automation is something that's an additional cost to their overhead or what they currently do. But when you look at it from that perspective, you actually realize it's the opposite. It's trying to pare down the things that are monotonous and slowing your business down and giving them an automated system and function so that you can go back to focusing on bringing business in, focusing on your clients, retention and happiness, right? Like
exactly
the human thing.
The human things, exactly. Yes, that's very well put. So people do, they definitely think, go ahead.
No, we as business owners, we think we can handle that part. Like because in our mind, we're like, well, yeah, if we get 20 clients this month, of course we could service them. We've got lots of time, but that means our business is doing well. And so to service those 20 properly, but not stop your own flow of clients that are wanting what you have to offer. And I think we've all hit that wall, and it really is our own fault because we're like so happy to have work that we stop doing sales because we are just trying to focus on the work. And then before you know it, you're back to doing sales and you're not doing the work, and it's a tag you're it kind of vibe. And this definitely sounds like a way of keeping you and your momentum moving forward and not having to like baby step forward. Let me go back and pick up all my things and bring them with me.
Right. Yeah, you could think of it as just an assistant that is helping you stay on task for all the things that can get left behind. Because we definitely want to service our clients. We don't want to ignore them. But yes, if you don't bring in more business, then you get stuck again and you got to be starting over. And so, they're basically assistants of all different kinds that don't get tired, don't talk back, and you train them as how you want the results. And it's a one-time expense versus a continual over and over and over and over every, week expense.
Yeah. That's cool. It also kind of feels like being like, it's like a reliable, because it doesn't deter from the course too much because of human interaction. You can keep par for the course, you don't go on rogue.
Yeah. And sometimes, it can be double duty. So we created something for a wedding venue, for instance, that sits on their website. And so prospective clients can come and ask every question they want regarding their event. It answers it beautifully because we trained it. But so that's outward facing. But then when you hire a new customer service person, they can also use it when somebody calls and they don't know the answer to if I can bring a dog or not, or can we bring our own alcohol or not? What are the rules around our time of the party? All those things for a new person, they don't know, but quickly they can go in and look, so it can serve double duty.
I like that. That's really cool. All right. Well, what do you guys have going on between now and the end of the year? What's big coming up for you guys?
What do we have? Let's see. Lots of projects that are starting in January. So we're doing, we have one client that is working strictly on paper still and wants to move into more streamlining. We have a client that's doing that, which is exciting. We have several water districts that we're going to be training, which is always fun. I love that. And then I'm thinking about developing a community event where I would hold it every 2 weeks and have like a 15-minute training. And then we would have like a meeting of the minds of who used what this week or last week and what's best practices, for business owners, so that we can kind of create nice synergy together and educate each other in our community. Because I don't know of one that is happening yet. So I'm thinking about doing that too. And we are also having a customer appreciation event December 9th. Yes, at the Temecula Valley Exchange. And that would be so fun for people to come and visit us.
Everyone's welcome to come.
Yes, everyone's welcome to come. That's from 4 to 7. So that should be fun. Yeah, and just looking forward to helping out, some nonprofits, making some impact there. And yeah, just ringing in a new year. We're excited. It's been a great year. A lot of growth.
All right. Well, we're going to be checking back with you a lot in January to figure out how all those new clients are going, because I personally want to know what it's like moving someone from paper to electronic. I know a few years ago I had to do that with a company, and it was quite the overhaul. So that would be an adventure.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, I love it.
So,
yeah.
Well, thank you, Vivian, for joining us today. I will definitely see you on the 9th for sure.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you for having me. Nice talking with you.
All right. Bye, hon.